Hello, Gomez here for the LAN Up channel again with another weird deck. So this one is a deck that involves Targon and PNZ with Vi and Taric. So let's get into it. Okay, so the deck is called Infinity Gauntlet. Now the reason it's called Infinity Gauntlet is because obviously the Gauntlet of Vi and the gems of Taric. So that's the smart name behind that. So in here you've got lots of things that are going to be giving you gems. I've got J-Rigs for, because there's a few things for discarding for draw. Yet again, more draw here, more draw there, but obviously this is also a buff to Vi, just to heal the Nexus or to draw. To make Vi elusive, or to potentially, if you throw that onto Taric and he's leveled up form, give two things elusive. Bastion, yet again, just to try and help. Potentially, maybe 3 copies of this. I've got some copies of Hush. I mean, all these decks are just concepts that, like, there's definitely tweaks here and there, especially at this point during the expansion. Like, everyone's just trying to come up with ideas and whatnot. So it definitely needs to be refined. Mentors, yet again, for the support value of granting, and also the gems, yet again, so that the potential once you get Taric on the board, if you can have things like this or have the gems in hand to be able to help level him up, is always good. I've actually thrown in one of these for the invocability of drawing, because sometimes your problem with Vi is that if you don't have her, then there's definitely problems in the hand. So the idea here is that maybe use the 4 cost written with the stars, or written in the stars. I can't remember what it's called, but the format where it draws buffs and reduces the cost. So potentially that it can also hit Taric, which is not bad, but potentially getting Vi. This is your main reason, is Zenith Blade. So you can either throw this on Taric to give this to Vi, or you can just throw it directly onto Vi for that ability of overwhelm and keeping that. So yeah, definitely throwing that in there. This is just to throw gems in the hand. So say sometimes that you don't have many things in hand, but you have this and you have Vi. Throw this out, throw Vi out, and then just buff Vi. Like, if she's not leveled up already, then she will hopefully be after this situation. So yeah, and then obviously Orbiter of the Peak, because you've got so many buffs and whatnot. I do prefer Vi in a deck where you've got things where you can make her strike, like, so example with Noxus, so that you can throw in Whirling Death, or in what's his face, Demacia for single combat and all that stuff that can make you strike. But I'm interested to see how this works, so we're gonna actually play a few games to see how this works. But let me know what you think down in the comment section down below. Always up for interesting ideas and whatnot, and that. So if there's any kind of ideas that you want to see, please let me know that as well. Shameless plug time, I do apologize, but there is the Twitter, Twitch, and Instagram. I'm active on all of them. On Twitch, I'm live on Mondays and Wednesdays playing Legends of Runeterra. I will be up in that schedule at some point, but right now with work and everything, it's just the best thing that the best that I can do at this moment in time. I do actually also play games on Thursday nights, and on Saturday nights it's movie night in the Discord, so the link for the Discord and that is all down below and whatnot like that. So if you want to join the community, get involved, talk all things Legends of Runeterra and other games, please feel free to. But this channel and the Twitch channel are all just about Legends of Runeterra. So let's get into a few games and see how it goes. Ramp Trundle into ASol. So there's going to be a lot of small minions, so potentially, like, could get a lot out of Vi here if we can get her quickly. I could have technically kept that for potential quick buff, or quick level of Taric, but yeah, no, I can live with this decision. So getting Vi early in hand is really good. So potentially do nothing next turn, throw out Mentor, next turn throw out Taric.
Bad for the teeth, though.
So I can actually throw this out on top of this. Okay, nope, that plan goes completely out the window with that. Actually, now you know we can't actually get anything past that. I'd rather keep that buff back in hand for Vi, because it's not going to get past the avalanche. Alright, here we go. Oh, so that's even better to just talking about another, actually just thinking about another deck that I've made previously. There should be another link to it in the channel if you want to watch it. But the Fiora deck, because Fiora deck, like, especially against like this, would work perfectly. Right. For our Taric. So be the chance for getting that on top of there, but I'd rather, so if we play Vi, but actually playing Vi, would we be able to get her to the point? I don't actually think we can. If we play Vi, I actually don't think that we get her to level up this turn. Because I mean, right, so if we say we play her, then play 2 gems on her, actually, you know, because Taric doesn't, because we could get it to 9 at best, but it would get rid of his ramp. So although we can't actually get her to that point, we can actually still get the ramp off of that. So let's work with that. Really close to getting it there. If only we had 1 more mana. If we could have used just 1 gem. But you know, we're getting rid of that ramp. He's probably got, depending on what he got off of this, maybe Obliterate. Okay, no, he's just going for the he's just going for that the ramp still. That's fine. We do have elusive capabilities. Taric, we could near enough level up. So this is fine. This is fine. This is fine. We can work with this. We can work with this. He's definitely finding something to kill Vi. I feel like that's the plan here. Find something to kill Vi. Right. Just gonna leave it. Okay, right. He's not gonna do anything.
Sure, you're all shiny and majestic, but can you?
So we throw.
I could certainly try.
Right. So if we could find our what's his face, that would be amazing right now. Sadly, we can't. I was gonna say if we could find.
Celestial power.
Right.
Trouble coming at ya.
So the thing is, do we actually? Yeah. So we. Actually, we get rid of that as a plan. And we just throw 1 bit on here so that he can't just put that on top instantly. We level up, and then the elusiveness should go on to Vi.
Fun part.
We actually have the ability, if he puts something forward, we could actually throw this onto Taric, and that's just GG. He could still have Hush. Like, Hush is still like a major thing that he could have. But that should just be GG, hopefully, if he watches it. So it's just the Hush is about the only thing that can. There we go. So that was actually a different way than what I was thinking I was going to do this, but it worked. I can work with that. So didn't even need to use the leveled up Vi's striking ability. That was fine. That was perfect. Ooh, okay. So let's just try to think what this is. A ramping there's definitely ramping this with Trundle and 8 cost cards. So I'm just trying to think exactly what I'm going to be dealing with here, because I've actually got no idea. There's definitely ramp to be able to, because obviously there are the ramp cards with the troll package as well as that, just to get himself up to Aviana. There is actually also Shadow Owl, so potentially like zombie, like bringing back loads of copies. Yeah, again, like this standard, bring back loads of copies of Aviana, or even just loads of copies of Trundle. But it would be Aviana be who he'd be bringing back, because I think that's because. When it classes powerful, does it class more powerful in terms of how much it costs? Because technically, yeah, it costs more than Trundle. I don't know, I can't remember. Can't remember how it defines it. Or is it strongest in terms of who's got the most attack? My mind can't remember how that card text goes right now. So we throw out Taric. Ooh, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not enjoying the fact that I don't have a Vi in hand right now to be able to deal with that. So potentially the draw.
Be here and ready for fight. Now whole hunting party here.
Okay. I mean, I wouldn't be able to kill. There's no point in me going for an attack forward because he'd just put this in the way, and I can't. Even with this buff, I can't actually get past that one's attack. Whether or not, I mean, it's not Grant, is it? Or do we just go make him elusive early? I do prefer him passing that trait on though, so no, we'll leave it. We'll leave it. There's the Vi. There's the Vi.
Littles cross easy.
Okay, so potentially. Ooh. I'm just trying to think. So throw you into core, and then potentially this on top of Taric. It just means he's got that one extra bit of health. I wish I had the ability to also play that. Sadly, I do not. Technically, I probably didn't even need to do this trade. I probably could have actually left him back, in all honesty, and just taken the damage. And the question is whether or not I use Shards of the Mountain just to add. But then the problem with it is that it would fill my hand, and so I'd be burning my next card. Okay, yeah, that's actually created a nice thing for us. I mean, I know that he's drawn, but it could have been a lot worse. That's what I'm trying to say. So we throw Vi out. Throw Vi out and then throw elusive on top of Taric. I feel like that's a good plan. Maybe.
Make way for trolls.
Yeah, no, I feel like we throw Vi out and then we throw the elusiveness on top of Taric and just go underneath. Grab his stone potentially, just so that we can stop a little bit of the ramp. But I feel this is where we go with this. Let's face it, he's most likely got, with both of these two, he's most likely got, what's his face? He's most likely got frostbite abilities, I'm assuming, because with this kind of setup, you'd probably, because you're trying to stall out for your end game tactic of probably loads of Avianas or loads of Trundles. So yeah, while you're stalling out, you'd be having frostbites in here. Like that's what makes sense in this deck. So potentially just. Okay, so he didn't have the. Yeah, again, there was no frostbite in there, but we have just got rid of a little tiny bit of that ramp up. It's still scary, and we're still most likely going to have problems, but just a little bit less of that ramp up to deal with right now. So Taric still needs just two more buffs, which is actually quite doable. So a gem.
Made in your name, Protector.
So potentially could level Vi, depending on the situation, what happens. Because right now, if he attacks forward with his Aviana, like that's only doing 1 damage, which doesn't do anything for Vi's toughness. My main problem is going to be if he throws out Frostbite. So potentially throwing a Bastion on top of Vi to throw in front of this, and then probably throwing her. Probably throwing this ability on top of her. Get another one of her cycled in, and it should also level Taric as well. Because I'm thinking like my 2 options are use this, but I could use this. Actually, no. We use this. We use the Taric one. I'd rather have the copy of Vi in hand.
Hope crystallizes. I am the protector of the mountain.
I feel like that's the better plan. Because even if he tries the Frostbite, we could have actually technically also thrown this in front of here. Probably should have been the move that I did. He doesn't have any more glimpses though. That's the main, like the positive is that he has no more glimpses. So we definitely should have thrown this in front of here, I feel, just so that we could have just helped our core out a little bit. So I'm gonna throw a Zenith Blade on top of Taric. Zenith Blade on top of Taric, which he would then pass on to Vi, and then we can hook the Aviana egg. Which I don't think is a bad move. He now uses Ruination and just ruins everything for me. But that would kill his Aviana egg. Which would work. Well, I guess it works for us. But I mean, he would have Rekindler in this deck. Yeah, I was thinking it was going to be a Ruination. Which is very upsetting because it means that we don't get to level Vi. We do still have another Vi in hand. I wish we had Bastion. If we had Bastion now, Bastion would be really good just to be able to save Vi. I could technically try to search for it, but I'd rather still play a Vi this turn. Because she is still, with the amount of time she stayed in hand and the amount of things we've still played, we can still get the level up. So we've got the level up of Taric, and it should be the level up of although she doesn't have the what's his face. I mean, he would still put that forward for a block, so doesn't have the overwhelm was what I was going to say. That was the word I was going to say. He was very lucky he had a one cost card there. Very lucky he had a 1-cost card. Probably Vengeance, I'm assuming. No, I'm guessing Vengeance. I do not have. I should have probably kept that copy of Bastion back. Did I? I already used the copy of that. I'm trying to even think myself now. What the hell have I done this game? Yeah, no, that's fine. So I feel like we keep things simple. We keep things light. We keep things simple. Okay, so he's no longer going to use something like that. So we have draw purpose. I feel like we use it. Then also got a Zenith Blade. It's more because now if he does attack forward with one of these, we still can kill it and keep ourselves alive. And this now has Overwhelm. So yeah, so we can still throw you in front of this. We can throw you in front of this. Actually, do we? Is it really? I mean,
This is not the
We
way.
survived with 4.
Spurn my
We
gift.
survived with 5.
Protector,
At the end
shield
of the day, that's not really working. That's not really making much difference. He says. Yeah.
Protector.
Okay. So I mean, it is now just maximize.
Speak, star.
Try to maximize Vi's damage. I think it's all we've really got here. So we go with this. So I feel like that's the plan. Because the buff, just one damage off. We could have. Oh, we should have probably we should have jerry rigged. Should have jerry rigged for that additional point of damage. I mean, are we going to get the hush now? Is the shh coming out at us? I mean, I need to make a shh emote. Okay, no. Instead heals. But it still only leaves him with 1. Which how comes he was? Okay, no, don't worry. I'm just gonna leave that. Is there anything that we could top? I mean, if I were to search, I really don't want to get rid of. Actually, I'm gonna get rid of this. I don't. That doesn't really matter to me anymore. We've leveled up 5, so your actual purpose doesn't mean anything. That's a shame. That's a shame. Just one little burst buff. One little burst buff. Oh, it's because he was already on max. That's why it didn't make any difference. Okay. So he does still have heals. I'm guessing he still has a lot of heals. We do have draw purpose, which potential though. So that's good. If we can get an arbiter, that'd be very nice. Definitely out of everything, that's like something I didn't care about getting. We could have thrown out this, but we've got defense enough at this moment in time. If he throws out another ruination, that just means that we can actually just throw things out. Harrowing. Okay, so maybe we should have did not plan for the harrowing, which is my own fault. Definitely should have. Yeah, no, so I don't actually, there's nothing I can do that would get me past this. Like, not even, I don't even think in the Celestials there's anything that can save me. Sadly not, sadly not.
Daylight warms the heart and lights the way.
So yeah, GG. So, stop that. Yeah, because I wouldn't be able to stop that full bit of damage.
Leave or burn.
We'd thrown out you, so we would have had additional support there. I mean, because that still would have gone over the top of that. Yeah, he still had enough overwhelm himself to go over anything, because there's also 2 damage going in from the AVR. I mean, we tried. That was not a bad attempt. We nearly got it. Nearly got him. There was a bit of sweat, I think. I mean, on both sides, I was definitely sweating definitely as well. That's the deck concept of the Affinity Gauntlet. As I said, it does have pluses and minuses, as you saw. Like, obviously, we won a game, we lost a game. It's one of those things where if you can get Vi out early enough, it can be really like sway the game. Or if you can get Taric leveled up and then start putting things in like the Overwhelm or Elusive on top of both of them, then that's very nice as well. But that's the thing, I always prefer with a Vi deck to have abilities to strike like single combat. That's why I do prefer her in that. But this was just an idea of seeing what it would be like with Targon, but also, you know, Infinity Gauntlet, it sounded perfect with gems and gauntlets. So, which technically, I guess Ezreal. I guess you could do that with Ezreal as well. I wonder whether or not anyone's actually been working on Ezreal Targon deck. I mean, there's not very many like target. I mean, I guess the Celestial cards can give you a lot of target. I don't know. We'll see what people do. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, or if you've got any ideas about how the deck can be edited, because that's definitely not the final list. There can be alterations and whatnot made. Please comment down below. Subscribe if you enjoy this content, enjoy this weird curly head widget bastard man. I will be putting out content about Legends of Runeterra continuously, be it meme videos or deck videos like you've just seen. I am on Twitch, Twitter and all that. I already said that earlier on, but in case you missed it, Twitch, Twitter and all that. So if you want to get involved, links down below, and also the Discord as well. But love you all so much. Until next time, bye. Very lucky. Let's hope that I can find... Oh! When you still find lethal from your opponent's deck, when they do everything they can, but you still use their own deck against them in such incredible force. See,